on today's episode of Everyday Life with Becca. Hi everyone. So when it comes to surviving on a day-to-day basis, it's different for everybody, right? Because we all have different things going on in our life, different things that we need to do, and different hurdles that we might have to overcome. But we all survive from day to day somehow. Now, you know how I survive every day, and if you're not familiar with that, I did do a video a few days back giving you a little bit of history about myself and why a lot of the time, just lately, most of the time, to be honest, I'm here in my bed at this time of night. For me, that is about 6 p.m. in the evening when I get to a point that I can't hold myself up anymore. So I get so tired that I have to just rest my back. But I go into a lot of those details on another video. But no matter what your situation, we all have a coping mechanism. Some of our coping mechanisms were better than others. It took me a long time to actually get to a point where I would even be bothered to put into practice any coping mechanisms that I might have. And I've had a bunch of really what's the word? It's just flowing out of my brain. A really dysfunctional coping mechanisms that I've had. One of the big ones that I put down as a past misdemeanor of coping mechanism, and it does still creep in, and that is spending money. Because you get that initial kind of excitement. It's like a drug, isn't it? That dopamine shot that you get when you find something that you like, and then you buy it, and then you look forward to it coming in the mail. But the downside of that is when it actually arrives, you then have to cope with the kind of the guilt of doing it. You might not have had the money in which to do it, and then you feel really bad. I'm talking about me now. Feel really bad then. And that's what I used to do. So in order to cope with feeling bad, you then go and do the same thing again. And then you don't have enough money to pay your bills. You don't have enough money to buy food, etc., etc. So it's like a vicious, never-ending cycle. And I did go down that route. And I'm not saying that I don't do it on occasions now. I do. Everybody likes shopping, right? My thing is, it doesn't matter what I order. I always think it's going to change my life. It's just going to completely change it. I've got to have that thing. It's going to make everything feel so much better. You know, got to have it. And now I'm not saying we don't need things. Today, in fact, not to make myself feel better, but because the weather has been so shit today, and I have been thinking about this for a while, I don't have any kind of nice, thick, chunky cardigan type things. I'm more of a fan of the cardigan than I am of a big thick jumper, although I do have a nice black thick jumper. But I'm more of a cardigan type of girl with a t-shirt underneath and, you know, that kind of thing. I feel comfortable like that. I just feel like me. So today I ordered 2 really nice chunky cardigans from my favourite shop, which is, those of you that have known me for a little while will know that my favourite all-time shop is Killstar. I wear a lot of black. I like wearing black. I feel comfortable in it. It makes me feel like me, except when I'm in bed, and then I wear like blue little kitty patterns. Go figure, I don't get it either. But I love black. I absolutely love it. So I ordered 2 new cardigans and 2 new cardigans, 2 new pairs of leggings and another t-shirt. And the great thing about Killstar stuff is I've got t-shirts that I've had for 2 years now, and they use like a double black dye technique, so they're still looking as fresh as the day I got them. So I did do that, and it did give me a buzz, and it did make me feel good, and now I can't freaking wait to get them. So, you know, that's a purchase that I needed to have. But it's exciting getting something in the mail. So me, above all people, know that kind of temptation to, every time I feel a bit down, then I go and do something like that. I'll spend money. I've got a much, much better grip on it now. Much, much better. So I have to use other things that do a similar type of thing, but without shelling out a shed load of money. So a couple of the things that I like to do is sort through something. So the other day I mentioned that I got a brand new jewellery box. I hadn't had a decent jewellery box for a few years, and I got a bunch of jewellery that was in plastic containers, cardboard containers, and I didn't know half of the stuff that I'd got in there. So sorting through my box and putting it all in a new area, I was looking and I had forgotten about half the things that I'd got in there. Again, this comes from a time when I would spend money that I hadn't really got. So I'd got this stuff already, and that opened my eyes to the fact that you got all these bits of jewellery, Becca, that A, you'd forgotten you'd got, and B, you didn't miss. So if somebody snuck them out overnight, I would have been none the wiser, you know, like, frig me, I didn't even know I got them. So for me, doing something like that and overhauling what I've already got. So I looked through my jewellery box and found stuff that I'd forgotten that I'd bought, and I put it all and organised it in a space where I can actually see everything that I've got. So another thing that I like to do in the same vein is go through my drawers. Bear with, I've got to have a drink. I'm extremely dry today. That's probably down to eating chocolate cake, because my great nephew's birthday was Thursday. He's 7. And but you know what it's like when you have relatives. You're 7 years old. everybody wants a piece of you, right? So you have to go around all your relatives and you get different birthday cakes and lots of presents, which it was the case when I was a kid anyway. So today was my turn. So I had my mum, my dad, my eldest nephew, who is the father of my 7-year-old nephew. And he does an amazing job being a single dad from day dot, and he's done it all by himself. So I ate chocolate cake, and that boy, he ran me ragged, but what a fun day. I absolutely loved it. So I'm feeling the effects, the chocolate cake and the physical exhaustion of a 7-year-old. But I had so much fun. So one of the things that I like to do then is I do the same with my drawers. Because I've packed winter stuff away, and then I get all my summer stuff out and kind of swap it around a little bit. So I go into my drawers and I make a list of the things that I actually need in the winter. So that will be, I need cardigans, I need like thermally tops, I need t-shirts, and I need leggings. I wear leggings. They're comfortable and I wear them. That's me. That's my style. So I've got quite a lot of leggings because I live with 2 dogs, a Chihuahua called Louie and a Jack Russell called Mabel. And you get hairy and with a dog on your lap and all this sort of stuff. So I need quite a few items of clothing. So I work out what I need actually to survive and be comfortable. And then I go through that drawer and I fold everything up and put it into categories. So then that kind of shows me that actually I've got everything that I need. And I have some things that I call my best stuff. Stuff that I might crack open at Christmas. So I've got a couple of really nice black velvet winter dresses that look great with boots or even leggings underneath and boots. So I've got a couple of those. The things that I was really short on, and mainly because I got rid of one at the beginning of the summer, a winter cardigan that was just, you know, it was just barely holding on. So I got rid of that. So that's why I ordered 2 new cardigans. Now, looking at that, organising it, and sometimes finding an item that I'd bought in the sale at the beginning of the winter sale at the beginning of summer, and going to the back of the wardrobe and thinking, when the frig did I buy this? I can't remember buying this. What the? Oh, I must have bought it. It must have been in one of those kind of shopping frenzies when, you know, where you're not quite aware of what you're doing. At least that's what I tell myself. But, you know, you're trying to hold back your finger from the purchase button, but you just can't do it. And you get your item and then you kind of squirrel it away in the bottom of the wardrobe, push it to the back, thinking, shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have bought that, shove it there. And I've done that before, but not over the last couple of years. I've got a handle on it. So that's how I manage that on a day-to-day basis. And I do that the same for the summer. Yes, it's nice to have new things, but do I really need it? And for the summer, a few years ago, I bought 2 really nice quality black summer dresses that you can just put a cami under the top, and they're quite sheer and maxi. I love them. I wear them. I get a lot of wear out of them. They were good quality, so they're still good. And they're the style that I like. And if I went shopping around for all eternity, I wouldn't find a style and a cut that I like more than I like these two. So generally what I do when I find something that I like, I'll buy two of the same. I don't care whether it looks like I'm wearing the same item of clothing all the time. I really, to be quite honest, I don't care. If it's comfortable, it's everything that I want, then I'll buy two. So I can wear one and have one in the wash. And I do that in the winter as well. If I find a pair of leggings, I'll buy two. And if I find another pair that I like, I'll buy two of those. So I've got quite a nice pile of leggings. And I like to have a nice pile because I have to be economical about how often I turn on the washing machine and use water and electricity and all that kind of stuff. So I don't need to be running out after a couple of days and think, shit, I've used all 4 pairs of leggings that I've got. I like to have like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 pairs. Then I can comfortably wash my leggings and t-shirts once a week, do 2 washes, and that's everything done, including like underwear and stuff, which is also black. One of the reasons why I buy everything a similar colour, A, because I like it, but B, things like black underwear, you don't have to worry about sorting colours and all that, you know. I'm just thinking ahead, right? I'm just thinking, it just makes life easier for me. Just makes it easier, less stressful, and I spend less time doing what I don't want to do, so it gives me more time to spend doing what I do want to do. So those are some of the things that I use to cope with everyday life. Also, because I have a lot of I suffer with anxiety, and if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I have got a video where I talk about all the various physical challenges that I've got, and one of those challenges is bipolar disorder, and it you know, it's a tough one for me to navigate. It really is. And some days, I'm not going to lie, are pretty terrible. But one of the things that gets me through day to day is the wonderful world of YouTube. If I can find something that gets me out of my head and into a different space, then without realising it, I'll eventually think to myself, I feel better. That knot in the pit of my stomach has gone. And doing that, I tend to watch things that are upbeat. And I try and stay in a positive mind frame by watching things that are upbeat. That doesn't mean to say that I don't like things that are dark. I love ghosty things. And I love horror movies. Horror movies are one of my faves. But a really good horror movie can totally take me out of my own head. That's how I put it. But also the other thing, and I would be amiss if I didn't give them credit, and that is having Louis and Mabel. because they give me a purpose. I have to take them out for short little walks every day. They get me up in the morning, and I mean early morning, like 5:30, and because they need to go out. I live in an apartment, so I've only got, I'm ground floor, thankfully. I've got a small patch of grass out the front where they can, you know, just alleviate themselves very quickly during the night or whatever. And then it gets me out, and I take them in the woodland at the back of where I live, right outside my lounge window. Simple things like that, that give me purpose and make me realise that I'm not the only one in Becca's little universe, because Becca has the responsibility of 2 tiny little souls that rely on me for absolutely everything. And do you hear that? A small child screaming in the street. It stopped. I've had enough children screaming. Anyway, where was I? I've completely forgot. Yeah, but these 2 little... Now she's kicking the camera thing. It's Mabel stretching out. You know, they're completely dependent on me for everything. For their food, for their exercise, for their health, for their happiness. So there are lots of things that help me cope and navigate through everyday life. Now, I don't know what, whoever's watching this, I don't know what your life is like, and I don't know what challenges that you have to face. I really don't. But the only thing I can do is share how I navigate some of these things. And it might be completely different to yours. But whatever it is we're navigating through, the one thing about YouTube, and that I found from being on this platform, is that no matter what walk of life we come from, no matter what responsibilities, no matter what physical abilities we have, we are walking this life together. And I often see in the comments people talking, and when I read the comments, I think, yeah, we're all going through things, but somehow, some way, on here, we've got a meeting place where we can say, well, I have this is how, now Mabel's scratching and shaking the camera now. This is how I cope, or I have this to cope with. And I find this great for that. So what I'm trying to say very clumsily is, wherever you are or whatever you've got going on, you're not on your own, because there's a whole world of us navigating this world together and doing the best we can with the set of tools that we've been given. So I just wanted to say that you're not on your own. Yeah, you're not on your own, and you're stronger than you think you are. So I'm going to love you and leave you there. I've chewed your ear off for what? 24 minutes. That's long for me. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I really do appreciate you. If you could find it in your heart to give me a nice little thumbs up, that just boosts my video and my channel a little bit more. So thank you, everybody. Much love, and I'll see you all. hopefully in the next one. Bye. Now this, my friends, is the Bluetooth. Will it work? Will it frig? See you later.